Alright, so driving along and all of a sudden my AC goes out, my radio goes out. Start messing with some stuff, realize that if I push on a wire, if I hold it there, blower turns on, radio turns on. If I stop holding it there, I tried a couple zip ties, didn't work. So a couple days ago I got under there, realized that my soldering connections on my super old, originally Jimmy rigged one. This is off the 89 Civic LX that I'd done a bunch of wiring to and kept it because the other one from the owner of this car butchered it up so bad that I actually took the old one that I butchered so bad, but it wasn't as bad, threw it on there. But it's pretty old. It's got some pretty good stains on there. You can tell the soldering's coming off. There's a single wire that's clicked. The only thing that's wired into it is the radio itself, which I put an inline fuse in, and then the radio wire, which is up here, powers the 12 volt constant when in run position. So when your car is just in the on position, one back from start, then it'll turn on. So yeah, got this guy back only, good quality stuff. I always like these guys' stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and just solder this one power cable in, and that should be that. It's kind of hard to get to. You can see the two little bolt points right here. Those correspond to here, and there's another one right up there. Very hard to get to. Pretty much got to be upside down. You might even want to take your car seat out. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and get that one wire soldered up and see where we're at. Okay, so I just swapped it out, basically stuck it in there, only put one bolt in there. Wanted to make sure I was had it in the right way. It was a little confusing. I couldn't figure out the orientation of it because of the bend in the wire here and the way that it came curled like that, and how old this one was and how manipulated it's been. It's been no use, you know. It's been no help in trying to orientate it, rather, whatever. Anyway, so I plugged it in, just put one bolt in there, put the key in there, make sure I had it orientated correctly, and the radio and the AC blower immediately came on, which made me wonder, well then what the hell is this? Because I could have sworn, but I've got so much stuff wrapped up back there, I'm not sure what I have, what that could be to. So now I'm going to figure out what that goes to, because to ground it out, it's not really giving me anything. When I ground it, that's kind of what I'm getting. So not getting any real readings off of that. So I'm gonna figure out where that goes. Also, if anybody has any idea what this thing is, it's been driving me nuts. It goes up in there somewhere. I haven't been able to figure out what it does. I just want to cut it, do something. I've asked in a couple other videos if anybody knows what this does, let me know. It's just a chip in there. It's just a chipboard. It's not like any kind of speaker or anything. Up there somewhere. I have a feeling it has something to do with the fact that it's an EX and had cruise control. I don't know. You can see back there, a couple other videos ago, I talked about how I got rid of the beeping in the door. If you don't want to do that, you can just disable this door parts right here. Just unclip them, and then that noise will go away too. So yeah, I'll have to figure out what this is, because I have lights. The lights went out in the AC. So I'm gonna just pull this thing off, figure out what's going on, where that wire goes, and then replace the bulbs in there. In order to take this off, I gotta take that off. So while I'm at it, I'm gonna tighten my e-brake down a couple notches. Might help if I had it on in the first place. So yeah, there's that. Alright, so I'm all battened down up here. Everything's bolted in back the way it was. Plus a couple of zip ties. I went ahead and pulled the console out. And this bolt right there, just loosen the e-brake, tighten it down, probably 3/4 of a turn, rolled the car back and forth. Didn't make anything, didn't make any noise, so I kept cranking out till it started making noise, and then once it quit making noise, I backed it up a little bit, and now it seems to be pretty snug and tight, and it's not rubbing. So now I'm off to just got done taking this guy off, so now I'm going to pull these three bolts out, pull the AC control panel off, and also figure out where this little wire goes. Very curious. Alright. Alright, so we're back down here again. So after changing out the light bulbs in this guy and trying to get it in the on position with the dimmers turned all the way up, still can't get the lights to come on. Everything else in this works. As far as like the radio, the sensors on this are picking it up. The fact that it's, you know, moving shows that it has electricity going to it. They split off into a single harness, which comes up here, and that goes down into this rat's nest. But these two wires, these two red ones right here, this one and then this guy, this is my ground to the lights, and that's the power to the lights. Both these wires go into that big one that goes all the way back across under there, and then comes out with about 800 wires, about that big around. So I'm just gonna hold off on this thing for a second. I know where the wires I need to go. I can run some secondaries later. So what I'm gonna do is put this guy back together, get some kind of plan going here, but get this guy going back together, get things kind of pushed back together, and then I figured out what that white wire is. That is the horn. That is the power to the horn. So I'm gonna have to solder that in. I don't think I want to go into the harness. If I can just keep it plain, I want to keep it plain. So I'm gonna try and find a constant 12 volt to come off of that somewhere else, but not right now. Or maybe right now, I don't know. We'll see. It's still kind of early. But for now, I'm gonna pack this up, get a little tidier. Well, I got it all put back together. Even got the cowling back on there. Everything tucked in nicely. I couldn't figure out which wire was which and everything like that, but I decided to just go against messing with any kind of wiring down there right now. I'm thinking about hardwiring in my dash cam up here, and also the lights. There's floor lights on each one of the floor seat wells. So I was going to do that. So I just kind of buckled everything back up. I feel pretty good about what I got done today. Everything works fine. The horn I haven't hooked up yet. I might do that tomorrow. I started working on a different project. If you can see over here, I've done this side already. I put caulking in there, all weather strip, and I just ran my finger down it a bunch of times, tried to smooth it out as best I could. It's a little bumpy right there, but I think it looks alright in general. I've been getting some leakage in, and I think it's whenever I hit the brakes, I think it's the thing's flowing through in the channel, so I'm just going to seal the entire channel. If that doesn't work, then I'll buy some new channels, pull these, reseal it. So right here is what I'm about to do, is just use my finger as a depth and just draw it along the back there like that, just all the way back. So I'm going to do that now. Okay, just finished up. Added a little bit, lost some clear coat up here with the masking tape. I feel like it looks worse than it does. Probably looks way worse in daylight, but what are you gonna do? I've been thinking about recently, I think I'm gonna strip all the clear coat, maybe even do one more coat of paint, and then just absolutely annihilate it in clear coat, because I'm missing big chunks down here too. And it's been weighing on my mind, and I keep trying to do patch fixes, and it just doesn't look right, so I think I'm gonna have to start over, but that's something for the spring. Right now, for the winter, raining, Pacific Northwest, I think this might help me out. I'm gonna have to see. Got some smudgy fingerprints and whatnot, and got some cleanup to do, but that should be about that for today. I think I'm done on this front. Okay, just finished up. Added a little bit, lost some clear coat up here with the masking tape. I feel like it looks worse than it does. Probably looks way worse in daylight, but what are you gonna do? I've been thinking about recently, I think I'm gonna strip all the clear coat, maybe even do one more coat of paint, and then just absolutely annihilate it in clear coat, because I'm missing big chunks down here too. And it's been weighing on my mind, and I keep trying to do patch fixes, and it just doesn't look right, so I think I'm gonna have to start over, but that's something for the spring. Right now, for the winter, raining, Pacific Northwest, I think this might help me out. I'm gonna have to see. Got some smudgy fingerprints and whatnot, and got some cleanup to do, but that should be about that for today. I think I'm done on this front.